Okay, we are live and we are back. We have to say we are back. We are back on the live show regarding women's cricket. And right now, obviously, WBBL, the 11th season of the competition, is going on. And what a form it has been so far for Hobart Hurricanes. I think they have been on a dream run. And today also they defeated Adelaide Striker, and now it's 4 in 4, undefeated team so far. And one of the main reasons, Trishadi, behind it, obviously, Danny Wyatt-Hodge. I think she has been in tremendous form. Four matches gone, 250s now. Today unbeaten 72. In the first game, it was a brilliant 90-run knock, and then followed it up with 240 plus scores. Trishadi, just ahead of the WPL auction, Danny White Hodge hitting the peak at the right time.
Absolutely. Time, where she can earn a lot of money because the teams will need an opener. For
Yes.
example, RCB, her
Mhm.
previous team needs an opener.
Yes.
DC needs somebody along with Shafali Verma, and assuming, and this is complete assumption that if you have not retained someone like Meg Lanning, then probably you are not looking to get Meg Lanning in the auction eventually. Because if that happens, then you're not looking at Jemmy as the captain, and it seems like they're looking at Jemmy as the captain. So maybe they're not looking at Meg Lanning. So if you're not really looking at Meg Lanning, DC also has an opening spot. UP has every single spot.
Yes.
So UP, of course, of course, can use Danny White Hodge. Um, Another interesting is you can use her along with Beth Mooney for Gujarat
Yes.
Giants, but I do feel that Gujarat Giants will be an Australia heavy overseas team, because we have seen Michael Klinger clings towards the Aussies, just so all the teams do need an opener. And I think at the right time, Danny White Hodge has shown that the World Cup must have taken her,
He has
stocks
taken
a
that
little
personally.
lower. Yeah.
She has taken that personally that England didn't use her in the playing 11
Yeah,
in the
I
World
think she
Cup.
has thrown it on Charlotte Edwards' face. That
Yes.
kya hua? That sort of a thing. मैं थी. You did not use me well. And I did, you and I have discussed this a number of times, that it is very difficult to understand why Danny Wyatt Hodge was not there in that team, especially when, um,
Emma
I
Lamb and
think.
Sophia Dunkley were not scoring.
Exactly. I mean, again, Sophia Dunkley, I have never really understood why she's
Mm.
there in whatever team she has been. Gujarat
Yes.
Giants also, I had the same question.
Even in this
You are also,
WBBL also.
yeah, in this WBBL also, like she has proved me correct. The
Mm.
question that why is she there in the team, she has only proved it correct. So I think when Sophia Dunkley and Emma Lamb did not perform in the first 2-3 games, you should have brought in Danny Wyatt Hodge. Anyway, good for us. That is perfectly fine. For
Yes.
every bad decision made by every single team, no
We are happy.
regrets from our side, because we are the world champions. But their decision was completely wrong,
Yes.
and Danny Wyatt Hodge has proved it. What I also liked is, Hobart Hurricanes has this thing that they keep losing wickets very
Mm.
quickly at the other end. But if you see, Danny has actually played a very calm, composed
Yes.
knock in at one end. So it has shown a maturity that somewhere I
Experience.
thought was lacking. The experience has been used. It's one thing,
Mm.
Snehashish, to have the experience, and it is
Yes.
completely different to actually use it. So I think she has started using it, and she has been fantastic. If you see, very very calculative innings,
Mm.
um, very few mishits, and I don't know if you have noticed, her range of shots seem to have gotten better.
Absolutely, and that was only my next question to you. That now she has started to finish the game well. Initially, if you remember for the last 2 3 years, of Danny Whitehurst innings, in any format, I am saying she used to get those starts, but unfortunately, she didn't manage to finish those games. There are so many games that she could have finished with the power hitting that she has. But now I think in this WBBL she is using that, that experience well, and she's finishing the game, and that is what you expected from an experienced campaigner like her. But Tushadi, I think as you mentioned, the short range has improved. She has come up with better shots, and I think also the intensity between running the wicket. I think running between the wicket has been super. I think even in the second last over, I think the way she took that double run, I think it was brilliant to see because she is batting from the fast ball itself. The way she was showing the intent, I think it was superb, and the ability to play spinners also, Trishadi, because I clearly remembered in the last year she was clearly struggling against spinners. Even in the West Indies series, I think you also remember the fast overs West Indies spinners used to come and she used to got out on dark or maybe in a single digit number. So how do you see now she's playing against the spinners?
Yes, I think over. I had said this during the World Cup also. Among the England batters, I think she's one of the better against spin, one of the better options against spin, and she has proved that time and again. She has played well against spin. Today also she was handling spin beautifully, and not only today. I think in all these four games she has handled spin really well, which is what is what I was getting at. And if from what we are hearing, if it's Navi Mumbai pitch and Vadodara pitch, I think Danny White will quietly go for a lot of all three I would say would go for her. RCB, UP, and I also see DC going for her, of course. I don't see Mumbai going for her, even though Natsivar Brunt is there, but Mumbai I think have set open combination. If you ask me, I do see them sending Kamalini and Matthews to open the batting. Uh, with Gigi, as I said, I think Michael Klinger would want someone like a. You never know. He might want a Phoebe like that for, or Georgia Wall. They can go for Georgia Wall. Uh, so I think they will go for an Australian opener with Beth Mooney. I'm quite sure about that. But yeah, overall, I think Danny Wyatt-Hodge has such good, done herself a favor just before the WPL mega auctions. That too, it's not a small auction where your purse is extremely limited. It's mega auctions, so obviously, it's good enough money, and the team is completely on a rebuilding phase. I think the only thing which can go against her is if somebody like a Devina Perrine or someone is in your sights, because you're thinking 3 years, 5 years of investment, not only 3 years, you're thinking 5 years of investment there. Then that could come in between. But again, because it's franchisee cricket, I don't know if people are thinking 5 years. You want 2-3 players like a Kamalini, or a Nikki Prasad, whom you want to groom, but you also want 5-6 absolute experienced match winners. And I think Danny Wyatt Hodge, especially in Navi Mumbai with this kind of form, uh, she would be very, very dangerous.
Yes. But Trishadi, do you believe that having that previous connection already, do RCB have that upper hand, to have Danny White Hatch?
Yes, I do think so. I do think so because Mandana already knows the way she plays, and Mandana has played with her. RCB will know exactly what to expect from Danny Whitehall. So automatically, I think I do feel that the first team that will go for her would be um, will definitely be RCB. Also because UP2 has an Australian connection in Lisa, so they too might look for, and this is not something against a country or something of that sort. I have seen this happens a lot, Snehashish, that the problem is people think, oh, so and so is being favored, so and so has been, but it is also about whom you have seen. Say for example, Lisa has definitely seen a lot of Australians, so she knows a lot more about these Australian players, and scouting is easier, so might back them. Michael Klinger, on the other hand, is someone who will just go for Australian. That's a complete bias. But yeah, I think their RCB, yes, I do feel that there's a slight advantage there for RCB also, because they would know the exact role and they would love to have her especially Smriti Mandana, Danny Wyatt-Hodge, Perry. That's a beautiful lineup.
And usually, do you believe that opening is the perfect slot for her, especially in this format, rather than slotting her in the middle order?
Yeah, she's no finisher and she's not a middle order batter. Opening is completely her down her strengths. And in franchisee cricket, I have always been a believer that opener and finisher should not be toiled with. Three, four, five can you can keep changing, but even that depends. You cannot have those finishers opening all of a sudden and openers going down, because these are very specific roles. How many times have we discussed that one, two should be the same, then three, four, five, six in T20s can keep changing. So I think that role, and again left right combination. So Smriti, Danny White would be a good thing. Moreover, Smriti struggles a little against spin, so Danny can actually kind of complement her when it comes to that and kind of take the pressure away from Smriti. With Shafali, if you see, it could become a little bit of a risk, because from both the sides they're going to go hammer and tongs if they lose both. But again, it's T20 cricket. You want that gamble. So yeah, I do think that opening is her best slot. If you're not using her as an opener, then again featuring her in your playing 11, I think that's going to be difficult.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, but usually, as a whole unit, Hobart Hurricanes have been superb. With 4 games, 4 wins. Even in today's game, I think it was quite a all-round performance. I think with the bat, they could have done better. They shouldn't have lost such many wickets, so many wickets. I believe, because I think 6, 7 wickets down. It was, I think, too much while chasing that target. But as a unit, what are the positive that you have seen so far for Hobart Hurricanes?
For me, I think every time I just, there is a top order which is not working. The other side of the top order, Danny Wyatt-Hodge is working, and then a Nicola Carey joins in. She has been superb. She is superb. But because one end is held by Danny, somebody or the other comes and plays the innings, which takes them across the line. I don't think that Hobart Hurricane, yes, they are 4 out of 4, but it's not like they have played their best game yet with the bat. And, most of them are struggling with the bat. Think of it, Nat Silverbrand's scores have been so unimpressive. Also, I don't know, I felt she has tweaked her stance a little. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I'll study it more and come back
Extremely.
and share it with you guys. But today, for a second, when Nat Brand was standing, I was like, who's that batting? It's Nat, but why is she standing like that? And the next ball she couldn't reach, and she got bowled of Darcy Brown's delivery. But if you look at it, actually the top and middle order has not really been working for Hobart. It has been Danny with one. So any one player would put their hand up and perform, and they would go through it. But as obviously as the competition intensifies, Hobart Hurricane has to pick up, because it's one thing winning 4 out of 4, but you have to go on and qualify for the for the knockout round. So I think Hobart still has a long way to go. They are playing at what, 35, 40, still depending on individual brilliance. That's the problem.
Absolutely. Yes. So that is all about Danny White-Hodge. I think she has been fantastic so far. 4 games, 4 wins for the team. She has been superb in 4 games, and this is what we have planned, me and Tishadi, that from each game of WBBL from today onwards, will come for the kind of post-match live. We'll discuss about the match, but we'll specifically focus on a particular player who is most probably going to be a big player to watch out for in the upcoming
Yeah,
WBL auction, because obviously,
yeah.
as Tushar mentioned, that it is going to be a mega auction. So most of the players will be under the radar, and there will be a big bidding wars that is going to be sure. So I think that is our plan going forward. Hopefully tomorrow again we will come back with focusing on a
Let's take the
specific player.
comments.
Yes, but before
Mhm.
ending, yeah, Tushar, just take the comments.
Yeah, first of all, guys, we will talk about, give us 10 minutes, 12 minutes to discuss our
Yes.
points. then we will obviously come back and take the comments. I can see a lot of people saying comment क्यों नहीं ले रहे हो, but लेंगे comments. थोड़ा हमें भी तो बती आने दो. आर्यन, हाय एवरीवन. एवरीवन क्या है, हम ही तो दोनों हैं ये.
I
Prince of World, Meg Lanning also in a good form. Yes, Meg Lanning is definitely in good
uh,
form, Snehashish. But see, it can be two of the strategy can be twofolds. Either you want to buy Meg Lanning at a cheaper, cheaper
price.
money price
Mm.
tag. That's why you let her go to the auction and then you're gonna buy her back. Because remember, DC will also have RTN, if I'm not wrong,
Yes.
right? So they either want to buy, I don't think they will use RTM, most importantly, because they will keep it for, I don't know, but I do feel that Meg Lanning, if they had to retain Meg Lanning, they would have retained her, is my gut feeling.
Mm.
Jackson Irvine has asked, can Ryan play today match?
Yeah, he is talking about Ryan Williams because India is going to play Bangladesh today in the AFC qualifiers match.
Yeah, yeah, I just got.
He is not going to play today. He has not received the NOC.
Okay, Ryan Williams has not received the NOC, so he's not playing. ये फुटबॉल में ही चले गए. बताओ. On off, hello lady in yellow. एक ही तो लेडी है इस
Wow.
यहाँ पे. तो येलो
Okay.
ग्रे ब्लू क्या ही है. How are you doing? I'm fine, thank you, sir. Prince of World, but Trishadi, if DC, this is a very good question, Snehashish, for you. But Trishadi, if DC bought Meg, they can still appoint Jemmy as a captain, right? Because Jemmy's future of India in WBBL, Melbourne Stars appointed Sutherland as a captain. Even Meg Lanning is in Melbourne Stars.
I think to make that happen, you have to have a clear communication between Meg Lanning and obviously, with Meg Lanning with Jemima Rodriguez among the the
Correct.
team management. I think obviously that the form that Meg Lanning has been showing so far in WBBL, it has been impressive because when the list came out for the retention of DC, the first thought of all of us, okay, maybe Meg Lanning is aging, she's not scoring at that rate, and maybe considering the age she is right now, the form, the next WPL is kind of different. Whatever tournament she has been playing, but right now, if you see the way she has been playing in WPL, then you start to have those second doubts. Okay, she has been scoring runs, she is looking good, so why not DC go for her again. But as Trishani mentioned, the plan will be one plan will be that okay, we will go for Meg Lanning to have her at a cheaper price. But if you get her, are you going to make her again the captain, or you're looking forward to make someone like Jemima Rodriguez the captain? I think for that you should have a proper communication among everyone related to that, be it Meg Lanning, be it Jemima Rodriguez, so that the ultimately the team environment is important. It shouldn't happen like that. Okay, Jimmy Rodriguez has been told that right now you are the front runner for the captaincy, but suddenly in the auction, if you somehow manage to get Meg Lanning back, and suddenly you are telling just Jimmy Rodriguez, okay, right, okay, so we had got back Meg Lanning, so we are making her captain again. I think that will create a problem. That will create a issue within the dressing room, within the whole DC camp. That should have been avoided, and that is the only way to have a proper communication. I think that should happen, and hopefully this will take the right call going, considering the future of the franchise.
Absolutely. There should be no heartburn. I mean, Meg Lanning is an absolute legend. She deserves better than that. Jemmy, absolute superstar, rock star. She also deserves better than that. So I think important is how the DC management handles it. I think they're professional enough. They have a men's team also, so they have handled these things. And I think Meg Lanning is not impractical. She also knows that ultimately one day somebody else has to be the captain. No player is really impractical. It is always about treating people better. It is always about having a clear communication. I don't think any legend, especially if someone has that legendary status, they know enough about the game to know that okay, you know what, I have to give this position to somebody else. All they want, all every single player wants, is to be treated better, communicated better with in the team. Anyway, going back to the comments, Prince of World. I read some news that WPL final is in DY Patil. If it's true, expect massive, massive crowd. See, if the venues finalized are DY Patil and Vadodara,
Yeah.
then I would hope for WPL's sake that the final is in DY Patil. In
No, I think
Vadodara, I don't.
that the latest report suggests that the final will be in the Kotambi Stadium, that is in Baroda, not in DY Patil. The season opener will be in DY Patil. The final is expected to happen in Kotambi. That is the latest report, but official announcement
I
is
hope
yet to
that's
come.
wrong.
Yeah,
I
hopefully
hope
that
that
changes.
becomes wrong.
Yeah.
I hope that changes. Not that's wrong. I mean, I hope that changes. I'm not saying your news should be wrong. Priyanshu, hi Trishadi and Snehashish. Who do you think will be the costliest Indian and overseas player at auction? Deepthi and Laura. What do you think?
Deepthi and Laura. I think Deepthi Sharma will be. With Laura Olbert, obviously the bidding war will be there, but considering being an overseas option, it is quite difficult for someone to get the highest bid in an auction. So I think when you see someone like Deepthi Sharma, first of all she is an Indian, first of all, and second all round ability. Maybe a captain of a team. You never know. Deepthi can be a leader of a team. So all these things that she can bring into the table. So considering that, I think if you ask me between Laura Ulbert and Dipti Sharma, then obviously I think Dipti Sharma might get a higher bid than Laura Ulbert.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. Having said that, when you said that Laura is an overseas player, that's why not getting high bid or the highest bid. High says Ash Gardner, from the first auction. She says, "Hello,
Yes.
Sneha, she's me there." But yeah, I think she got more than Smriti, didn't she?
Yes.
So she was the highest one, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, absolutely. Because Gigi loves Australians, so we cannot help that.
Yeah, back then it was Rachel Hens who
Yeah.
absolutely wanted Ash Garner.
Yeah.
And
Now Klinger.
now, of course, Michael Klinger. I love this pun. Now Michael Klinger is clinging on to Australians. So yes, among Deepthi and Laura, yes, I think Deepthi will be the one going for the higher bid. Again, nothing against Laura, and not because she's overseas. What I think is because of the all-round ability in T20. All-round abilities are absolute gold. So also I do think that DC might go for Deepthi. They would have that off spinner batter option, and if you look at their lineup, it would actually be a fantastic team. But if Deepthi goes to DC, then her chances of leadership kind of goes down the drain. I don't see her captaining DC. I actually don't see anybody but Jemmy captaining DC, to be absolutely honest. Okay, next question. Sorry. This is from Prince of World. This is from only my POV. Meg take DC to 3 consecutive finals. If DC appoint new captain, she'll have a massive pressure on her shoulder. She has only one solution, that winning the title. Well, I mean, if it's Jemmy, I would say she would not start off with that much pressure because it's her first WPL team that she's captaining, and she would herself know that could be the foundation for a bigger role in the Indian team itself. So I think she'll also look at that entire vision, because WPL kind of will be a dress rehearsal for what she can do or in the next phase of her career as an Indian player. And if any Indian player comes and ever tells you that captaining the team was never my ambition, all I wanted to do was play, tell them that it's not an April Fool Day, because everybody wants to be known as the Indian captain. Who wouldn't, and why would you not do so? So of course, Jemmy also wants one day will want that post, right? So I think WPL will be a very good stage to give the whole audition for that. Um, Money has asked a very good question. The two names that kind of we have discussed, Money, hey Trisha Akka, Snehashish bro, तो उसको फिर अन्ना बोलो, ब्रो क्यों बोलो? I am big fan of Lizelle Lee and Laura Harris. I like raw power hitters. Any WPL team bid bid for these two players, because Laura unsold last year WPL, Lee unsold last three WPL seasons. What do you think?
I think this is going to be a mega auction. So whatever happens in the mini auction, I think that shouldn't be considered. I think for someone like Laura Ulbert, the way I think she has played so far, especially in the World Cup. Sorry for the sound.
That's
Sorry
okay.
for the sound, yes. But I think the way Laura Ulbert has played in the World Cup, I think she showed how good she can be, especially against spinners, against in spinning conditions in India. I think she can be one of the players to watch out for, especially while opening the innings. And obviously, she also brings that the leadership quality. I know it is
Yeah,
very difficult for her to become a captain. I think a particular captain, but she will
yeah.
definitely part of that leadership group of any team, be it Mumbai Indians, be it any team. I think she will be there. So I think that is why obviously Laura Albert will should get a team in this upcoming WPL.
No, no, this is Laura
And
Harris, not Laura Woolward.
oh, Laura Woolward. Oh,
No,
Laura
Laura
Harris.
Harris, Laura Harris,
Okay,
not
okay.
Woolward.
Because of the sound, I'm getting something distracted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I also
Okay,
got
Laura
little
Harris.
confused. Laura
I
Woolward
I
ke matlab.
I I think it will be difficult. I think it will be difficult for someone like Laura
Yeah,
Harris. Yeah, I think her sister will definitely get a team. There is no doubt. But for
yeah,
her, I think it will be difficult. She also
yeah,
brings that power hitting. She is also a very lovable and interesting character. I will say in WBBL also, I am saying she also brings that entertainment thing. Yeah,
yeah.
just like
It's a
just
family thing.
yeah, it's a family thing. But I think in WPL, I think it will be difficult for her. I know that she can bring that power hitting skills, and she has that ability to finish the game from a crunch situation for any team. But still, I think considering that she has no prior experience playing in India, especially, I think it will be difficult for her to get a team in WPL.
I completely agree with you. Um, Rupali Bhatia, why did DC retain Nikki Prasad and not Churni? Your views. Churni, I do think they will buy back. I have this feeling that they will buy back. They will use RTM. Nikki, I think it's a longer process. Nikki, a middle order batter, plus somebody who they will look at for a long term leadership role after Jimmy. So I think there also they want to kind of groom her. That's why Nikki. You will say why not Charani? Yeah, that it was surprising, but again, you can't have everybody, right? So they wanted to probably make sure. And also, if you see, they do have bowlers. I remember when we were discussing about the retention, we had discussed almost 10 overs, or 10 to 12 overs are already covered in the players they have retained. So that's why they could afford to actually let a bowler go. With batting, they have to be a little more careful, because if you go and look back at all the matches that DC has lost so far, it is their batting that has actually not worked for them. So they will be trying to make it a little more batting heavy, or all rounder heavy, which is why I positively feel that Deepthi will be one of the players they will be looking for. Um, Okay. Money again makes a very good point. I think UP Warriors target Meg Lanning because they need a proper leader and good captain to guide those young players. Meg is a run machine. She definitely scored 300 runs in every season. Every season, sorry.
Yeah, I think for a team like UP Warriors, I think she can be a good prospect because anyway, this is a new cycle, right? For WPL, a new 3 year cycle. So I think whatever if you see the performance of UPW in the last 3 years of WPL, they really want a fresh start. So for a franchisee, from the perspective of a franchisee, I think for UPW, what it will be a better if they have someone like Mick Lanning to guide them with all our experience. I think it will be better for them. And when we're discussing about for Jemima, what will be the whether she will be under pressure or not if she is given the captaincy or not. I think for everyone, for every new captain, for every new start, I think you have to give them a 3 year cycle. The performance should be measured after 3 years, not like after one season only. I think so. So I think if a team like UP Warriors manage to get Meg Lanning to their to their team, and obviously if she is there, she is definitely going to lead them. And I think for them as a franchisee, it will be better for them.
Um, Laura should be the captain. She's an inspirational character. I, in fact, had thought, that last year itself, instead of Ash Gardner, it should have been Laura Woolward as Gujarat Giants captain. But apparently, of course, it does not feel the thing. Uh, I am not asking for Prince of World. I'm not asking for now who is going to win. You cannot. I mean, even before the mini, even before the mega auction, how will you ask who's the winner at Prince of World? But my question is, which are the three teams that are going to be in the first three places? Snehashish.
And I think it's quite common. I think Mumbai Indians, Delhi Capitals, and may RCB. I will go with RCB because RCB also have retained very well. I think their retention have been very well. It seems that they have a proper plan going into the mega auction. So I think for me right now, if you see considering the retention, obviously it's DC, MI, and RCB. There is
DC,
I think if you
Maya.
see only two. Yeah, I think GG have retained only two players, right? UP only one. That is also Shweta Sherwat. So they have to build a new team, a new core completely. So a complete new start for both of them. So I
Agree.
think right now, considering the retention, I think obviously DCMI and RCB are the front top three teams.
Winner only DC, Prince of World, only DC. There's no other team that's winning. But yeah, I agree with Snehashish because DC has retained Jemmy, Sutherland, Marizane Cap. Who else?
Nikki,
Nikki? Four?
Nikki, Jamie, Sutherland, Madden, Shefali.
Oh, so they have five retained, na? So they don't have RTM anymore.
Oh yes, they
They
don't have
won't have
Rati.
RTM.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
they won't have RTM anymore because they have retained all five. Also, Nikki, by the way, will be the uncapped quota. Charani is
yes.
no more uncapped.
Hmm.
चरनी तो अभी कैप्ट है अभी कैप्ट क्या
Yes,
सिर्फ वर्ल्ड कप विनर है
World Cup winner
so of
है.
course so of course I think Nikki will be that uncapped quota and I think very as I said yeah DC the winners second and third place के लिए MIRCB
Simple.
simple okay Prince of World just thinking what a team DC had I think Cherney will be a big bid in auction I do think so as well yeah in 3 years you would want to bid for Cherney right
Yes, and
I'm
I
just
think
trying to
along
think
with
how is he
Charani,
hold in DYBL
someone like Kranti Gaur will attract big bids.
yeah absolutely Rupali Bhatia very thinks he get Aliza Healy then Shafali and opening pair what do you think Snehashish
Alyssa Haley in DC. Alyssa Haley in DC, right? I think the net got stuck. Yeah. I think if you imagine that, Alyssa Haley and Shefali Verma coming out to open the innings, it is scary. It is scary if Alyssa Haley fit and available. So I think it will be fantastic. And see, I think for the last 3 years, Shefali has been opening with an Australian, Meg Lanning, you know, and it will be a same kind of transition. You know what happened in Australia from Meg Lanning to Alyssa Haley. Now in DC also for Shefali, Meg Lanning to Alyssa Haley. So I think it will be fine. It will be fantastic to see both of them opening the innings. I think DC fans will not mind that. But I think two factors. One is fitness of Alyssa Haley, first thing, and second the availability. I think how long she will be available to play the tournament because obviously
correct
you have to see the calendars and all whether Australia is playing matches or not. But I think more than that, I think the fitness will be key. Alyssa Haley is coming back after a long injury layoff. She has been fantastic in the World Cup. We all saw that. But still, I think when you are playing continuous
but towards
cricket,
the
then
end she was
ultimate.
injured
Yeah, in the end she was injured. And when you start to play continuous cricket for a long period of time, then it becomes more difficult for a player to maintain that fitness. So I think for someone like Healy, I think the fitness will be key, and I think that is the factor that will be mind of any franchisee if they are thinking about Elisa Hill.
Absolutely, I completely agree with you. Aliza Healy will be a very short-term plan, even if that is, because she has already announced that this was her last ODI World Cup, which is again taking it towards maybe England is her last T20 World Cup, especially with the way her fitness has been bothering her. So yeah.
Lichfield
Uh,
Shemali opening. Tushadi?
Litchfield Shafali opening is something I would love to see, but also it will be a completely throwing a kitchen sink kind of a thing. You know, both of them going at 150. The other team just does not know what to do. Both of them getting out on zero. DC doesn't know what to do.
Uh,
So
I would love to see how Madison Cap handles Phoebe Litchfield in the camp.
yeah, I'm scared she's gonna throw Phoebe Litchfield away. Heather Knight has said no. See, everybody, anybody who talks about Litchfield will always talk about her energy because she somehow has the energy of three people together. गाइस थोड़ा धीरे धीरे कमेंट करो वरना इतना कमेंट नहीं ले पा रही हूँ इधर उधर जा रहा है मेरा मनी last three season DC struggling not having a proper wicket keeper batter and no leg spinner in the squad, so Healy and Georgia Wareham good choice for DC. Healy, I am still doubtful money. I don't know. I don't think that they will go for Healy. Georgia Wareham for any team is a very, very interesting choice. In fact, I am pretty surprised that RCB did not want to retain her. Then again, in whose place would you retain Georgia Wareham? But I think all the teams will go for Georgia Wareham. UP2 would want someone like Georgia Wareham because she can finish with her bat. She can also come at number three, number four, that slot as well. I think Gigi could go for Georgia Wareham
Yes,
because they
Australian
have
connection. Yeah.
yeah, UP and Gigi have the purse. They can go for everyone. They feel like.
And I think for wicket keeping option, I think Nicole Feltham could be one
Oh
name that,
yes,
yeah, that
yes,
can be good
absolutely.
for long term.
Yeah, Prince of World DC retained all five slots. They don't have RTM. I think yes, you're correct. Prince of World for money. If Meg goes to UP Warriors, it's fine until she doesn't score against DC. अरे यार वो तो मेरा भी है. If Meg is playing for any other team other than DC, बस DC के अगेंस्ट रन मत करो, बाकी टीम के अगेंस्ट आई एम सपोर्टिंग मेगलानी. अरे रुको इतनी जल्दी कमेंट मत करो. um, शरण्या हल्दर कहाँ गया भाई. हाँ, शरण्या हल्दर Nikki fills the uncapped player quota for DC but not Cherny, that's why they chose Nikki over Cherny. Yeah, that's what I said. Priyanshu, RCB should take Sri Cherny. RCB, yeah, RCB can, they still have the spin slot. Sharanya Haldar, do you think Pratika get a chance in this auction? If she wasn't injured, I think she would have definitely gone. I will take Sharanya's next comment also. This cycle is for 2 years only. So you are getting it wrong when we are saying that 3, 4 years. It is not about mega auction alone. It is also about the fact that you are trying to invest in players. Every mega auction, you cannot rebuild an entire team. Every 2 years, you cannot rebuild the entire team. Understand that,
Yes.
Sharanya. So you will try to keep the core intact. And if you want to keep the core intact, you have to think of people who can not only give you 3 years, probably go and give you 4, 5 years. Something like, say, for example, Shafali. You can actually just say that Shafali will play next 5 years. Jemmy, next 5 years. Something you can't probably say for a Marisa Nekab because you have to release her.
Mhm.
Sutherland, she'll play for next 5 years. Nikki, she'll play for next 5 years. So out of the five that DC has retained, the core of four players is there for the next 5, 6 years. That is where I think, for example, MI, when you see G Kamalini, good 10 years, forget about 5 years. She's going to give you good 10 years. Um, who else have they retained? Mm, I think MI's score is going to change as well because Siver Brandt is going to go in the next cycle. So will Herman in the next cycle or cycle and a half. Um, Haley Matthews, they have retained, right? Yeah.
Elementus they have written, yes.
So she'll also go in again
Mm.
cycle and a half. So I think yeah, overall who DC is someone who has actually kind of retained very well because they will hold on to about 2 3 more cycles easily, and
Mm.
keeping a core is extremely important. Okay, again, you guys have commented so much that it has all gone. uh, yeah, with Pratika, I was saying Pratika, I don't think will be picked up this auction because everyone will be a little wary of the injury. Maybe in the next auction, which will be just a small one, there I do see the chances, not this one. Money. Any associate nation players? Good question. Get a bid this WPL auction. I think left arm pacers like Tara Norris, Catherine Bryce, good all rounder, Sarah Bryce, wicketkeeper batter, UAE captain Isha Oza. Isha, I don't think. Sarah Bryce, I think. Catherine Bryce, not 100% sure. Tara Norris, yeah, I would say because the teams need pace bowlers.
Mm.
Priyanshu wants to see Aliza Hilly and Shafali Verma open and Laura Woolworth and Smriti Mandana open. Think of it. Smriti Mandana, cover drive from that end. Laura Woolworth, cover drive from this end. Bas, baat khatam.
अपने बीच ही कंपटीशन.
Rohit Roy saying, when can we get a WPL team for Kolkata? We want to cheer for our women team in Eden Gardens. एक तो जिनके टीम है भी ऐसा तो है नहीं कि होम अवे फॉर्मेट हो रहा है. दूसरी बात ये है, आप अभी से कोई एक टीम पकड़ के चीयर तो करो, फिर जब होगा तब होगा. Prince of World, Minu Mani also a good quality cricketer. Absolutely, Snehachish, Minu Mani.
Yes, I think when I first heard the name of Minumani, I remember the knock that she placed against Australia recently, just before the World Cup. I think she was superb in that tour also. She has shown that she has improved a lot. I think the opportunity that she got earlier for Team India, I think she didn't manage to convert those opportunities into big one, be it with the ball, be it with the bat. But if you see the last few opportunities that she had with India especially in that tour of Australia I think she looked good. She looked pretty impressive, and I think in this mega auction she will be one of the players to watch out for, and she will definitely be any team picking her. I think she will definitely be a part of the playing 11 because she also brings that
Correct.
all round abilities. So I think she will be one of the players to watch out.
Absolutely. सिद्धांत पांडे, एक ही बार कमेंट करो. हम सारे कमेंट लेते हैं. उसी के चक्कर में हमारा लाइव हमेशा 1 घंटा क्यों चले जाता है, हमें समझ में नहीं आता है. सिद्धांत पांडे, त्रिशा डिड त्रिशा डिड वी आर वे, अच्छा त्रिशा दीदी लिखने की कोशिश किया हुआ. वी आर वे बिहाइंड इन T20 क्रिकेट फ्रॉम द रेस्ट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. रियली? So don't you think more Indian women should have participated in WBBL? पहले तो आई डोंट इवन थिंक दैट वी आर वे बिहाइंड द वर्ल्ड, तो मैं इतना क्या ही सोचूंगी. हाँ, आई वुड वांट पीपल टू मोर गर्ल्स टू पार्टिसिपेट, but if you are saying by more girls, if you mean the Smritis, the Jemis, the Harmans, then more than that, I would like the kids to participate because the more exposure they get, they will learn a lot of things. They will rub shoulders with a lot of legends and experienced players where they can learn. But having said that, I think to say that we are way behind in T20s, ये अब छोड़ दो, अभी ये पुराने ख्याल छोड़ दो. Mani asks, Lisa Kitely moved from DC. Now she is MI head coach. I think Nushin Al Qadir best choice for DC assistant coach. Sad to see Nushin not head coach of any WPL team. सबका टाइम आएगा, सबका टाइम आएगा. And I do think that Nushin Al Qadir, in a few years, you will see as the head coach of the Indian team. Not only ideally that should be. If it isn't, then it's pretty sad for India because they would miss out on a good coach. But yeah, um, WPL franchisee. क्या पता, शायद जीजी के साथ काम करने के बाद उनका मन ही नहीं किया होगा फ्रेंचाइज क्रिकेट में काम करने का. Priyanshu, Trishadi, I'm sad that no WPL matches in Lucknow this year. I saw one match live last year. अब इसका तो स्नेहाशीष और मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकते. हम तो ईडन में मैच देखना चाहते हैं. तुम लखनऊ में देखना चाहते हो, हम ईडन में देखना चाहते हैं, पर हुआ नहीं ना. अभी क्या करें. Rupali Bhatia, why are teams not investing in players like T Trisha? No, it's not T Trisha, it's G Trisha. And the other under 19 winners in WPL. कौन नहीं कर रहा है? Who is not investing? सारे अंडर 19 प्लेयर्स को थोड़ी आप रिटेन करोगे. You have to retain the core, na? You can't retain all under 19 players. But I do think that under 19 players will be backed, and they're being backed in their state teams also, Snehashish.
Yes, absolutely. And I think, see, I think when it comes to retention, players like Jitrisha was not even there in any team,
Yeah,
in any franchise.
yeah,
So I think in this mega auction, you can see some young prospects, many young prospects getting their bid and getting a team. Because someone like Vaishnavi, I think she has been super for the last 1.5 years. Be it senior women's T20, be it any other domestic tournament, she has been consistent. She's picking up wicket. I think she will be one of the players to watch out for. Someone like I think Jeet Trisha, I think she will definitely get a team, and obviously Kamalini already is there, and MI already have written her. So I think some young prospect you are definitely going to see in this upcoming mega auction. And see, I think the way these under 19 players have been groomed for the last 2 and 3 years, I think they have improved a lot, and they are very close to, and they are now just ahead, just away from that exposure that they really need in
correct,
the WPL. So if
correct.
they manage to get that exposure in WPL, just see someone like Nikki. It will be interesting to see how Nikki does this time around in this WPL. Last time she was pretty new to the setup. The way she played, the way she enjoyed the moment, I think this year will be vital for her to use that experience to gather more, and to be ready for that ultimate that India call up. So I think for other players, I think it will be a fantastic opportunity if they manage to get a team. But what I believe that in this auction, you are going to see many young prospects getting a team, and they will definitely play a WPL more matches than the previous 3 seasons.
Perfectly put. Um, Prabal Sethi, which are your favorite WPL teams, both of you? ये प्रबाल सेठी को जवाब कोई भी हमारे जो भी विमेन्स क्रिकेट के कंसिस्टेंट व्यूअर्स है दे कैन टेल यू आई एम डीसी इन डब्ल्यूपीएल आरसीबी इन आईपीएल I have not left the teams one for 18 years having won nothing and finally won something. And DC also 3 years, no trophies, but of course, finals and heartbreak. I cannot tell you guys how difficult it is to come live after every single final and do my job, but it is what it is. Snehashish?
In WPL, it's RCB. In WPL, it's RCB.
Oh, yes, yes, I remember. In WPL, it's RCB, of course, and in IPL, it's KKR, guys. Prince, Prince of World. Trishadi, will Harman lead next year T20 World Cup? तो कहाँ जाएगी वो अभी? She's your World Cup winning captain. Where would she go? Um, do you think Jemmy will be a good captain? Sharonna is asking. Very interesting question. Thoughts, Snehashish?
Why not? Why are you thinking that she cannot be a good captain? See, I think the sample size is very small. She has captained, her state Mumbai, and she has
Yeah,
won that, domestic tournament also, the T20 tournament. So she has that experience. I know the sample size is very small. I think she has captained for 1 or 2 years, maybe maximum. But that doesn't mean that she cannot be a good leader. I think a leader, some players are born leaders. They brings the leadership quality along with themselves from the very start, from where they begin their journey. But for some players, it depends on how they improve themselves as an individual. I think the way Jamie has improved herself for the last 2 3 years as an individual batter, as an individual player, and the bonding that she carries among her team members, be it DC team members, be it the team India team members, I think that clearly shows that she has the ability to lead a group of people. I think she has that, and she has now managed to get that confidence that she can win
yeah,
games on her own. I think that is all
yes,
you need from a captain. That I have that confidence in myself that I can lead this team. I can win this game single-handedly. I can lead from the front. I think Jamie right now has that confidence, and that is why I think we both think that this is the right time to give her the captaincy, at least from the DC perspective. And WPL will be a perfect platform to see whether she is suitable or not. For for the upcoming 3 years. The 3 years will definitely give you the answer whether she is suitable or not as a captain,
Yeah.
or maybe she can
This
continue as
so
a
true.
batter.
Don't judge her by 1 year alone. Give her 3 years, she'll be fine. Also, if you have to understand now that this World Cup has been won under Herman's leadership. Don't think that you are going to see a change in leadership before the T20 World Cup, because if that has to happen, that has to happen now, and I don't see that happening right now. So if that does not happen, then if Herman plays for another 1.5 years, I think she'll play as captain. If she plays as captain, I think it would be a little unfair on someone like Smriti, but don't see her getting the next captaincy. Could very well pass on to someone like Jemima. Also, I think, on a side note, absolutely side note, if somebody does not like Jemmy can just send Jed, and there you go. The friendship will be made right then and there. Though whenever Jed comes to the ground, he seems more interested in being friends with anybody who has a ball in hand. It does not matter who that is. Even if the team is, Bangladesh, South Africa against Jemmy, it's fine. They have to offer him a ball
He was he was literally going into the Bangladesh dressing room with the Bangladesh support staff,
because that bag was
balls
full
in
of
hand.
balls. See, he's very clear. Jed is very
Yeah,
clear
very
thought
sorted.
process. Yeah, very sorted. um, okay. शकीबुद्दीन शेख ऋतुराज इन प्लेस ऑफ शुभमन, ये गलत लाइव है सर, उस लाइव में जाइए। इस सवाल के लिए इस सवाल का जवाब यहाँ पे नहीं मिलेगा, खेद है इसके लिए। आप दूसरे लाइव में जाइए सर। Priyanshu Trishadi, shouldn't Deepti be retained? Will she go less than 3 crore in auction? My only thought process, Priyanshu, is probably Deepti could be looking for a leadership role, or could be looking for a more meaty role in the team, which probably didn't work out with DC. Also, maybe the money, because I completely agree with you that in auction she will go at a high price. Not 100% sure if UP will go for her, because if UP does, it will be a little silly if they buy Deepthi at the higher price. So yeah, money. Take this, Nehashish. Money is asking, India women's team needed power hitters in T20 squad. Players like Kiran Navgire, Bharti Fulmali, but both players inconsistent. Yeah,
I think the names that you have mentioned, I think with this kind of players, you cannot expect consistency. It is very difficult.
yeah,
The way these players play, I think the power hitting skills, they can come up with those kind of knocks in a while, like 30 ball
yeah.
100, 35 ball 100, and they can win you games. But if you expect consistency from them, I think it is going to be very tough. Going to be very tough, and that is why it is difficult for them to get a chance in a national team, like an Indian setup. I think to play for India, I think you should have some kind of consistency. If you see Richa Ghosh has that game to play as a second fiddle also. She has that game. That is why she has managed to get that pace. She has been one of the players to play for a long time now for in that Indian setup. But apart from her, if you see who will be that the pinch hitter, if you see in that team, it is very difficult because everyone is kind of the anchor role they can play, but not the pinch hitter role. So I think Kiran Nagbiri is one. Obviously, she has been scoring run, but not in a consistent manner. I think that is the issue with this kind of players. So so you have to groom players like G Kamalini, players like Nikki
Correct,
Prasad to
correct.
have that power hitting game at a certain level at least, along with the anchorship role. Obviously, they had that natural game of playing throughout the 20 overs. That is very much important. But along with that, if they somehow manage to bring that power hitting skills up at least to a certain extent, I think that will be beneficial for both for them, obviously as an individual player, and obviously for the team going forward.
Absolutely. Um, Money, completely agree with you, Trisha Akka. I'm also a big fan of DC. Hopefully, we win this year WPL, forever DC. Absolutely. Sharanya Haldar, I think after T20 World Cup, whatever may be the result, she should give up the captaincy and play as a player only. Well, Priyanshu, Trisha Di Smriti will be captain in LA 28 Olympics. She should be the captain by now, if you ask me. She should be the captain by now. Whatever the result in the World Cup is one thing, but I do think going forward, Smriti should be the captain. Also, isn't Smriti getting married day after, or is it today? Not 100% sure, but
I am not 100%
congratulations
sure
to
the
her.
specific date, but yeah, I
Yeah,
think in between two three
congratulations.
days
Yeah.
only it is going to happen.
Pooja was so yeah. Priyanshu, not only LA 28. I hope she gets the captaincy with the start of the new cycle itself, because um, look, the problem is people are very emotionally driven. But if you logically think of it, Harman is not playing the next ODI World Cup. It's 4 years from now.
Yeah.
T20 World Cup, sure, but I don't think she's T20 World Cup. That too, because that's 7 months away. I don't know if she'll play the next T20 World Cup cycle as well. So till she's playing, um, one should give the captaincy to Smriti and let her take that, make that transition smoother. That's what I think should be the case. Mani, Pooja Vastrakar and Yastika Bhatia fit for this WPL?
Yastika
Yastika, yes,
Bhatia,
no?
maybe she can get fit. I think before the start of the tournament. I think whatever decision will be regarding her in the auction, I think that will give a clear
No, no, she
direction.
in auction will definitely get a team, Snehashish, because keeper batter.
Yes, I think considering the 3 year long uh, tenure, I think she will definitely get a team. But for someone like Pooja Bhastagar, I
2 year,
think
2 year.
still there is no such confirmation that she is fully fit and available. I
Yeah,
think she's still
yeah.
going under her rehabilitation period in Bengaluru. Hopefully she is fit because for Team India, I think you need someone like Pooja Bhastagar. You cannot
Yeah.
rely you cannot rely only on someone like Amanjot Kaur for a longer period. You need to play either both of them, or
And
you should rotate either of them.
yeah, the other perspective is, you can see how effective Amanjot Kaur has been.
Yes,
Effectively, she has contributed in so many games in winning causes because of the the famous word 3D abilities. uh,
yes.
add Pooja Vastrakar to the mixture, and you actually have the combination to toil around with. So I think it is absolutely important that she's fit, but again, no news of her being fit and available for WPL. Shongbit Datta বিশ্বাস, Richa Ghosh bats way down the order, and hence India doesn't maximize her capabilities in T20s. She's a finisher. I think again, somewhere India also has to, and I hope India has learned this from the previous World Cup, that whenever they have um, not being what do you call that, stubborn, whenever they have not been rigid, they
Rigid.
have won matches. And not only India, Australia has also kind of
Upward.
proved that how rigidity can be costly for you. So there, I think India should look to use Richa more over-wise than batting order-wise, much like they did it in the World Cup. Though I was not very happy with the position she was sent in. I thought one above would have been better. But anyway,
Mhm.
but at least it should be on the over basis. Like, um, say, for example, have a clear communication that Richa, it's the last 6 overs where we want you. So it does not matter if India's first wicket falls on the 14th over, Richa is the one who should go. That's how it should work. Shaurya, is Bangladesh tour now cancelled?
Yeah, some reports have come out. I think few hours back that the tour might get cancelled because of the the condition, the unavailable circumstances right now. Political tensions in Bangladesh. I think so. That is why
Ah,
I think so. I think that is why Team India might not
and
travel
I'm
to
here
Bangladesh and
confused.
the
What
tour.
happened politically here that I'm not aware of?
No,
मतलब
no,
ये
in
क्या हो रहा
Bangladesh.
है?
So that is where the tour might get affected.
और वैसे करने जाएंगे तो यार तो फिर तो खैर. Hi Trishadi, how are you? All good, Aryan. Thank you so much. Sharanya, not only captaincy, we don't have a dependable number four in any format. We should build that also. That's a brilliant, brilliant point. That is an absolute brilliant point. Sharanya, money. RCB appointed Anya Shrubsole, bowling coach, their side. She's female version of Travis Head. Why will she be a female version of Travis Head? I still remember her spell against India in 2017
Uh,
World Cup final,
because
and that time I
because
was like,
Travis Head gave us
oh,
heartbreak in 2023,
yeah, yeah,
and she gave us heartbreak in 2017. That is
yeah,
why
yeah, yeah,
she is the female version of Head.
yeah, yeah. Well, that way, yes, yes. And about crying, once the last wicket fell, I was just crying. Then, of course, the captain's interview happened, and Mithali Raj came. The interview happened. Everything. The match finished. Then I went to my room, just locked the door, and I have cried so badly that my mother actually had to come and bang the door and be like, "What's wrong? What just happened? It's a World Cup game. Calm down. It's a World Cup game. Calm down." So when I called my mom, when we won the World Cup, I was actually running towards
Yes.
doing the show, and I called my mom, and she said, I know," because I was screaming, "Mom, finally that World Cup! Mom, finally that World Cup!" She's like, I know. Calm down, calm down." So yeah. Mm. Okay, Aryan, what's your take? Aryan, चिल्लाओ मत, शांत रहो. तुम ये सारे कैप्स लॉक में क्यों लिख रहे हो भाई मेरे? बाय सोशल मीडिया में लास्ट थ्री कमेंट्स, हाँ प्लीज, और कमेंट करो भी मत यार, इतना नहीं ले पा रहे. um what's your take on Phoebe Litchfield's statement on upcoming India tour of Australia Feb March? I think India Australia tour anyway will be spicy. But
Yeah.
Snehashish, after the Australia, after the loss that Australia faced in semi-finals, they will anyway look back at their strategies and all, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And the statement that Phoebe Litchfield gave, I don't see anything wrong in that. I think if somehow if in place of Australia it was India there, I think if we are going to play the next time Australia, we will be saying the same stuff that okay, that
Correct,
loss will be a
correct.
motivating factor for us. We will look to avoid those mistakes that we unfortunately did on that particular night, and we look to win this time around. So I
So when
think
South Africa won against
yeah,
India in this test match, how there
yeah,
were so many tweets about South Africa avenging their defeat in the World Cup final. It's the same thing, guys. It is not a big deal, and it is
yeah,
not something
it's
to be
not a big
taken
deal.
very seriously.
Yes,
Aryan, why less Indian player in WBBL? I think because they're playing Indian domestic games, some are taking a
tournaments,
little
yeah.
time off. Shongbi Tottobisha, side effects of this World Cup win is that we will have to continue playing with the most inconsistent number four till some more time.
Okay.
Boriada says something lovely on lives when there is a question which we want to avoid. Well left, outside of. Shaurya, the Indian women's kabaddi team is playing in Bangladesh right now. Only cricket comes under politics. No, only cricket does not come under politics. The point is because cricket is consumed by a lot more people, has more investments, has more sponsors, has more eyes, the dangers are bigger when it comes to politics on earth. You have to understand that part. Why?
Yes,
While ideally, it
Indian football team have also traveled. Today they are
yeah,
playing in Bangladesh
yeah,
only, but very tight
absolutely,
security is there. So there are
yeah,
all eyes are on how when the match will happen, how the security will be that time only. So I
yeah.
think concerning things are there. So I think that is why maybe they are thinking about it too.
What's your take on a 16-year Aryan? What's your take on a 16-year-old WBBL player for Sydney Sixer and got hat trick, and she also plays soccer. She's inspired by Perry.
Yes, I think she is an
I think
incredible
we were
talent.
planning
I
a
think.
separate show on her.
Yeah, but incredible talent, incredible talent. Last year only she hit the headlines with some of her performances.
Yeah,
But that is what I am talking. I'm talking about regarding Nikki. For someone like Nikki, the same story should happen. It is not
correct.
about getting that first opportunity in a tournament like WPL after a fantastic under 19 World Cup. Now you have been retained, you have to come up with better performances to
Correct.
make people believe that DC were right to retain you ahead of someone like
Correct.
Charani or someone like other players. That is what Kiva Bray has done it. I think she has shown that what Sydney Sixers have managed to retain her. I think they have done the correct thing and hat trick. And with the football also, she is the goalkeeper at under 17 team, Australian team. She is playing AFC competition. And the statement that she is making, I am still trying to figure out what sport I should continue, or should I continue both?
Yeah.
And yeah. so, so it's very interesting. Very interesting.
But it also tells another side of things, Nihashish,
Yeah.
that the difference between, it's very easy to sit at home and say, why do Australians perform better and
Yeah,
Indians
yeah.
do not perform better? At 16, she's still trying to figure out, and she has the freedom and the
Mm.
privilege to figure out which sport I want to go to. Ask
Yes.
a 16-year-old G Kamalini, ask a 16-year-old any other Indian player, what do you want? I have to play for the country. So there is a difference in freedom, there is a
Mm.
difference in pressure, and that pressure is what is, that makes the bigger difference than I think the skill set. Last comment, Prince of World. Um, Sorry. Nationally, Sydney Sixers will win. Okay, Money says there's. Still remember the post-match presentation of Aliza Mitchell with Mithali Raj. If Ania Shrubsole not taking that 6 wickets, my great captain, my captain, the great Mithali Raj, World Cup winning captain, of course. But yeah, um, well, I think Money. All of us wanted her to win,
Yeah.
but let's hope she reaches bigger heights and gets bigger success in general. Prince of World, this is the last comment, please. Okay. Trishadi, please tell about semi-final night match. What a match, you watched it live. Please take this comment as a last. Okay. Um, well, I think how were we supposed to describe the semi-final match? We both jumped, we both
Yeah.
hugged, and we both we both just absorbed. I think
Yes, I think the atmosphere in the press box was something else. I
yeah.
think, yeah, I think the last 5, 6 overs, when Team India inching closer to that mammoth target, the record-breaking
Yeah.
target, and Jemima scoring those important runs, and that moment when the catch went up for to McGrath.
Magra.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Whoa, and she dropped that. The whole pace box was something else. I
Yeah.
think right now, while I'm talking, I am again having the goosebumps. And so I will say, after the match, when Tushari had to go for the show directly, I had to
As
go for the
always.
PC. Yeah, I had to go for the PC. So for PC, in Navi Mumbai, you have to go by the sidelines of the boundary, okay, on that particular field. So just after finishing the match, when we're all going, so we're kind of finishing, we're feeling that vibe, that what we have just witnessed. We have witnessed a history, defeating Australia in a semi-final. That's a different thing. And chasing 339 runs and that kind of a knock from Jemima, I think it's superb. And you cannot describe that. I think more than I will still say more than final. I think the semi-final win that night was very very special. That was very special
Yeah, and I have missed all the special moments, just by the way, guys, because
because
duty
she had to
calls.
do the show.
Yeah, because duty calls, and this man was all there witnessing all the special moments, the celebration after winning the
Yeah.
semi-finals, the celebration after winning the finals, the trophy lifting, the legends lifting the trophy, everything. And this guy was actually rubbing salt to my wounds by continuously calling me and informing, Trishadi, so and so is happening, Trishadi, so work is work. And women's absolutely superb for in Team India, absolutely superb for Team Revs Force. And I'm so glad that now Snehashish and I can keep telling Boria that you know what, Boria, that keep sending us for the World Cups, because it seems like we are the ones lucky. And in fact, let me remind everyone, it's not we. Sir went to the 2024 World Cup, T20 World Cup, where we did not qualify for the groups. The number of finals that India have qualified for, I wasn't there. India did not win the World Cup. So I'm just putting out there, I
Yeah,
could be the lucky factor.
yeah,
So just food for thought before we
yeah.
close the show. Thank you so much, guys. Cannot believe that talking
Thank you.
about Darcy Brown, thanks to you guys, we have spoken for more than 1 hour. It
Danny,
was
Danny,
great.
Danny White-Hodge.
Sorry, Danny, because
It's
Darcy Brown
okay.
is there in my head actually.
Yes, initially we
So
were
that's
thinking
why.
about to talk about her.
Absolutely. So we'll do one of the shows about Darcy Brown as well. Today's show
Yeah.
was about Danny Wyatt-Hodge. Keep telling us. Actually, tweet and tag Rev Sports, Snehashish, and me, and tell us which team do you see Danny Wyatt going to. Let's see if you guys get it right, and if you guys get it right, let's see if we can do something special for you guys. Let's see. But do keep joining us. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll be back tomorrow. The only thing, guys, we are not sure about the timings, so let's
Yes.
keep it a little flexible. uh, and to know when we are live, you can always have that notification icon after subscribing, because if you have that bell icon on, you will know the moment we come live, and then of course you can join us. Thank you so much, Nehashish, for joining. Thank
Thank
you
you.
everyone for joining. See you soon.
See you soon. Thank you.